Yeah, I've updated the events section in this Dennis Hodge Facebook group. Obviously, the beginning of August one that's now cancelled because we've got the in-laws coming over, first time in 3 years, and because there's an opportunity now for a second event, either the first or second week in September to complement the one at the end of September, and there is hopefully an opportunity for a Saturday till Sunday, August the 13th. Um, I think I've got half a holiday left. I put the holiday form in today. He hasn't seen to it yet. He's been quite busy as the manager. If I do get it, then I'll be finishing at 12 o'clock on the 13th, which means there's no real need for a past suggestion of a back-to-back in July. That is the TFF, which is in stone, and the weekend before. So July, it's just the Tears for Fears only. So it works out roughly. We got our next session the last week in June, not the end of June, but the I think 24th, 25th. So it's the beginning of the last week in June, and then mid July for Tears for Fears. Obviously, best part of Saturday is going to be travelling to Scarborough, getting parked up, fish and chips, open air theatre, Tears for Fears, and then Sunday dinner time, taking you back to Scunthorpe, picking up on the Friday. So, in a nutshell, obviously, I say the beginning of August is cancelled because I've got in-laws coming over from Poland. Um, I've decided to not pursue the weekend prior to Tears for Fears because we've already got the session, which is like the beginning of the last week in June, so that's that 25th, and then Tears for Fears mid-July. So that's only like a 2 to 3 week gap. Then that's July. And then mid-August, just about, there's a chance for that 1.0, that's the Saturday till the Sunday. And then we've got the possible session either the first week or the second week in September, depending on what week falls on you being on earlies, and the one that's already in stone towards the end of September. So there's no need for the back-to-back session in July, so there's only one session in July, and that's Tears for Fears. Obviously, pick up on the Friday, Tears for Fears Saturday, you back to Scunthorpe on the Sunday. Hopefully, a 1.0 session August 13th to make up for the cancelled session at the first week in August. And yeah, so one session in June, one session in July, maybe a half session in August, two full sessions in September. So you just have to let me know which week in September is on earliest, whether it's the first weekend in September or the second weekend. Because I only ever want to do when we come up to the factory gates, because your finishing times, whilst you are still at the chicken factory, vary. In that time you were supposed to be finishing about 7:30, then so we made provisions to do our shopping, so waiting outside the factory gates was at a minimum. And then you pinged me that you would be later because the agency workers have been sent home. And they pinged me again that your finishing time was even later, and there was no way that I could hang around in Sainsbury's, that time. Because it's nice looking at some of the displays, especially in the kitchen and home living department, but there's only so much you can look at, and so that's why I prefer it option A is the best one. That's where you're an early shift. So just let me know which weekend in September you want earliest. You know, is it the first week of September or the second week of September? I'm able to work it out because I think the 25th. But anyway, just let me know anyway. So once more, one session, Sir Dennis Hodge 1.5 last week in June. That's I think the 25th, I believe. Tears for Fears session mid-July. Possibility of one solo session August 13th to 14th. Possible 2 sessions in September. But like I said before, I'm not doing the back-to-back now in July. There's just the Friday till Sunday when we go, on the Saturday when we go to Scarborough to see Tears for Fears. But let me know roughly which week in September, first or second week, is viable for if you're still at the Chicken Factory, that you're an earlies. Because I don't, for me to be parked outside the factory gates on a dark night without ever, not your fault, but fluctuating finishing times, you know, it's very soul destroying for Gusher, because if we're doing our shopping as well, and you know she's been up since crack of dawn, you know, fatigue kicks in. I got to think of the viewing pleasure. Oh, these are fun, man. Definitely not doing a Kojak-a-thon. That is too much. 95 hours.
Mia, what's he doing to her? Get out! Come on, get him!
Watch out, man. He's bloody strong. Right. Going to get myself a pint of tea. Are you ready? Are you ready for Zoom, Hodge?
Pint of tea. No tea, no speckled hen. I'm intrigued.
I'm getting tea because I already had 4 doubles of Jacks.
Your doubles of Jacks. That's singles to me. Although I'm out of Jack and Jim Beam. I'm strictly supping Henry. Very netty. Yeah, we'll try it landscape. So, you know, instead of portrait. I think we did it landscape last time. I've got my camera on the little thingy. Just going to prepare my last film of the evening. So I'll let you know when I'm ready, good to go, as they say. But remember, landscape, not portrait. It's just like a CCTV.